Hello and welcome students for fall 2014. I am the instructor, Robert DiGiovanni, and this orientation is for my internet students taking Math 1324 and 1325. That's Math for Business 1 and Math for Business 2. Your courses are very similar in terms of the way they're set up, so I do one orientation for both classes. The look and feel is pretty much the same for both, so should be able to do this without any confusion. All right, so first of all, to get started in the course, you're going to go ahead and go to Northwest Vista's main website, and you will log into ACES. And I'm going to assume that you already know your login information here. So go ahead and get going with that. If you have any trouble with that, you can get your ACES username. You can also get your banner ID here. Click Login. And then you should have some tabs across the top here. Click on My Courses. Make sure you're looking at the fall term, fall 2014, and just scroll down and go to the course that you're in. Now you should be in either this one or this one. So you go ahead and click on your course. It's going to take you to what's called Canvas. This is our learning management system for online courses. Well, actually, we use them for all of our classes, but for your online course, this is going to be kind of our main place that we go every time we want to go do some work. So the look of this page is a little different than what you're going to see. I will go to a student view here in a second, but before I do that, I want to show you some important things here about Canvas itself. I'm going to talk about these two buttons up here, Settings and your Inbox. So let's talk about Settings first. Go ahead and go to Settings. And what you can do here is you can edit your personal information. Over here, you can add additional email addresses, or you can even add your cell phone if you'd like. And what this does is all of our communication is going to be done through Canvas using this inbox up here. But if I send you something, or maybe I post something on our course shell, review, maybe a review for an exam or something like that, you can choose to be notified by not only your alamo.edu email address, but anything else you put here, you can also have it sent there. So you would just get a notification letting you know something has happened here in the course. So if you check your Yahoo email or your Hotmail more often, you might want to add those email addresses in here. The texting, I don't even do that, but I just put it here for demonstration. If you'd like to receive a text on your phone whenever something happens in your course, then you can do that there. Now, once you've set up your different ways to be contacted, you want to go to Notifications right here and set your preferences. So for each of the email addresses you have and each cell phone number you put in, you can choose how often you want to be notified if something happens. So for example, let's say that say there's a discussion posting. So I put out there a new discussion, or a classmate puts out a new discussion. You can choose to have an announcement sent to you right away, and that would go to this email address, which is the EDU one. Or you could maybe say, all right, at the end of the day, send me a summary, and that would send me a summary at the end of the day for this email address. Or I could have it right away send me a text on my cell phone. And I can do that for all the different things that happen within a class. So it's up to you to set this up. It's not required, but you should know that this exists. And one important factor here is that these settings that you have are global. So if you have 3 classes this semester, all of them are using Canvas, then whatever settings you have here are settings for all 3 classes. You cannot do it class by class, unfortunately. So anyway, all right, so that's the basic settings setup. That's all you really need to worry about at this point. Now let's talk about your inbox. So we are required to communicate with all of our students using Canvas, and we also require all of our students to communicate with us through Canvas. So that means you are not supposed to be sending me emails through your Hotmail account, because they'll probably be spammed out and I'll never see them. It's happened several times. Students send me something, I don't reply, and they wonder why I didn't reply. Well, because I never got it. So let's say that you want to go look at your inbox, or you want to send me something, or you want to send another classmate something. So you go to your inbox here. This is your global Canvas inbox. You'll get all emails from all classes here, and it should populate your inbox over here. It usually does take a second. And then you'll see the emails. Now, if you have not read it, it'll have a blue dot like that. And if you have read it, it'll go away. So you can go down, you can check, your different emails. You can look at what you've sent. You can look at things you haven't read if you just want to look at those. But most important to you is probably how would you send me an email if you needed to. So let's see here. You go select that little compose, then you drop down, you select your course. So we're talking about Math 2426. Or, I said 2426, I meant 1324, section 26. Or the other class, this is the business math too, and it's not going. There we go. Then you come over here and you click this little button, and you can choose who you want to send an email to. So normally it would just be me, and you select me, and then you go ahead and you type in the subject, and then always click this box, and then you type in what you want, whatever you want to talk to me about. You can put an attachment in. You can even put a webcam video or recording if you want, but no one's ever really done that before. And then you send it. So that's how you compose a message. You can also go and email your classmates if you'd like. Just make sure you keep it all clean and related to the class. We don't want your junk mail. This like kind of lagging here, taking a while, is kind of normal with Canvas, so I wouldn't get too concerned about it. As soon as I say it, it's probably not going to work. Yeah, I spoke too soon. Okay, so you could send something to students in the class, and you could go through and, well, you saw it there, pick a student and send it. Okay. Now, remember that if I send something out, normally I don't use announcements. If I want to tell the class something, I'll just send everybody an email. So you'll be wanting to look over here for something I might send you. All right, so that's it for those two main things, the inbox and the settings. Now let's go and drill down to the course. So if you hover over courses, you should see the courses that you're in. And again, I'm going to stick with the 1324 as the demonstration. Click on the course, and that will take you to that page we were at earlier. So this is what I was saying you see every time you come into the class. So let me switch it over to a student view so you can kind of see what it'll look like for you. Do that. Takes just a second. Okay, so I'm in here as a test student right now. And this is what you'll see when you come into our class every time. Now, in the middle here, we have, welcome to the course. We have our orientation video, which is what you're watching right now. I have not linked it because I haven't finished it yet. So when it's done, it'll be here. You can watch it. If you forget something I said, and maybe later in the semester you want to go back and take a look, you can go watch it. Here's a link to the syllabus. Here's a link to where you go do your homework, where you get to the ebook, everything like that. And then we have this all-important link to what's called our Biosig verification. This is brand new, just started this semester, so we'll want to pay close attention to that when we get to it. So I will go through these tabs. I'm going to go through all this, but I will start with the syllabus. So let's go ahead and click on the syllabus. This is our official contract. I will follow this. If there's any changes, then I'll let you know. So we are looking at the Math for Business and Social Sciences 1 class. It's a 3-hour credit. We're doing the full fall 2014 term. So we go from August till December. We actually do meet. This class is not a 100% online course. You will meet with me twice throughout the semester. The first time that we meet is going to be for your second exam, and that will be on a Saturday. It'll be at 9 a.m. It'll be in Juniper Hall. That's on Northwest Vistas campus, room 111A. All my students will meet me there. We will get you signed in, and then you'll go take your test. And then you also have to come in for exam 4, which is the final. That's again on a Saturday. It's at 9 a.m. Same place. You have to allow yourself 3 to 4 hours to complete the exam. There is a 3-hour time limit on the exam, but it usually takes about half an hour for me to get everyone started, so you want to give yourself some time if you need to get to work or something that day. I am giving you a pretty good heads up here, a couple of months notice, so please work your life around these dates and times. Of course, there's always going to be special situations that come up, but I will deal with those case by case. Now, if you live out of town or there's some special extraordinary circumstance, then you can take the exam remotely, but you would need to secure a proctor for the exam. That basically means you need to find a local school or a library. You need to find a person who is willing to administer the exam for you. They have to be able to give you access to a computer because the exam will be done on a computer. Once you find that person that's going to proctor, you will send their information to me. And what I mean by that is I need their email address, I need their name, I need their phone number, I need to know who they are, where they are, everything else. I will contact them, and then I will make sure everything is good. If everything is okay, then we will schedule the exam for you. You must do this 2 weeks prior to the exam. So if you are wanting to take this exam on Saturday, you need to let me know sometime early, mid-October. You got to get with me with that proctor information. Remember that for this course, the last day to drop is Friday, November 14th. You'll get a W if you do that. Okay, here's the math department. This is where you can find them. That's their phone number. This is me. This is my email address, even though you won't be using this. I do have one, so here it is. You'll be using Canvas, right, to email me, so that's why that's not really that important. My office is in JH1110, so if you can find the room 111A, which is this one up here, then my office is actually in that room, and I'm office O. This is my cell phone number. Feel free to text me or call me. If you do text me, keep in mind that I have a lot of students in different classes, so make sure you put your name and then tell me what class you're in, and then let me know what I can do for you, okay? This is, teaching an internet course. I'm not actually there face-to-face with you, so being available to you by giving you my cell phone number is part of my responsibility. So please take advantage of the fact that you can reach out to me for help if you need it. I am also available to you in my office. You can come in and just sit down and ask questions. We can go over theories or whatever, work some problems out. My office is open to you at these dates or these days and times. Just life happens sometimes, or I get pulled into a meeting, or I need to go sub for someone. So if you're going to travel across town or something to come meet me, you might want to just shoot me a quick text or something to make sure I'm going to be there. Now, as far as what you need for the class, you don't have to buy a book. In fact, if you buy a book, you're going to have to return it, unless it comes with a code, and we won't even go there. All you're going to do is go to a website, which I'll give you in a second, and you're going to purchase access using a credit card. So I will explain that in this orientation video, but just don't go buying a book, all right? You also need a calculator. It has to be a scientific calculator. So you've got to be able to do like logs and things like that. That's the only thing you're allowed to use on the test when you come in. So be familiar with that. Whatever it is you're using throughout the semester, be familiar with it. And that way when you get to the test, you're not like freaking out because you've never used that calculator. All right. You're also required, this is important, I always have students who don't read the syllabus or they don't watch this orientation video, and then they get surprised at the end of the semester. You are required to keep a 3-ring binder for this course. I recommend a 2 to 3 inch binder because it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. The table of contents for this binder can be found on Canvas under Files. I'll show you where that is. You must turn this binder in at exam 4. So at the final exam, you got to turn in this binder. And basically what it's saying here is that in order for anything you've done in the class to even count, I've got to have the binder that has your work in it. You must have handwritten work for all quizzes and exams. That does not mean you print off the quiz or the exam online and stick it in the binder. That means you don't print it off and you just do your work on separate paper, pencil and paper, showing all your work and all your steps. You put that in your binder. If I don't have that work, you don't get credit for it. This is also a way for you to get extra credit in the class. The neater the binder is, the more organized it is, the more effort you put into it, the more points you'll get. So it's worth 5% of your grade. I'll show that to you later. But I have been known to give an additional 5 points for a binder that's in really good shape. So nicely organized. You've got tabs separating your sections, things like that. I'll show you the table of contents in a moment. All right, now here's a description of this class. Here are the objectives. Here are the outcomes. Not going to read through those. And then the grade. So standard grading scale. Your homework will be done all online. It's worth 15% of your grade. All of your quizzes will be done online. Those are 20% of your grade. You will have one exam you do at home online, 10%. You come in and take a midterm face-to-face, still on a computer, but you have to be here for it, 20%. You do another exam online at home, 10%. Then you do your last exam, which is your final, on campus, face-to-face, and then you have the 5%. So that should add up to be 100. Let's see, sometimes I give a bonus. Let's see, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, that's 100. All right, so the orientation video, the course policy says students do not have to come into a face-to-face orientation, but they must watch the video. And I have a link to the video here, but I haven't put it there because I haven't made the video. Okay, that's one of the first things. Now, this Biosig is the new thing this semester. If you've taken online courses before, I sure hope you're going to watch this video through, completely, because if you don't do this, it's going to catch you. We have this way that we're trying to make sure that people who are in the class are actually doing the work, and this is what the district has asked us to do. And I will show you what it is, but it's basically you're gonna 8 times throughout the semester you're going to log in and kind of do like a sign-in. You're going to put in a password and you're going to do it with your mouse. You're going to make the strokes with your mouse, like I'm going to write the number like 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. That's my code, and it's smart enough to know whether or not that's me doing it or someone else doing it. So it's a new system. We'll see how it works. But most important thing for you, failure to verify your identity, in other words, failure to do these identification verification assignments may result in a failing grade in this course. Homework. I will show you how the homework is done in this class, but this kind of summarizes it. You'll have homework due on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. They're always due at 11:59 of the due date. If you miss the due date for a homework assignment, there's an automatic 5% penalty for each day it's late. When you're doing a homework set, each problem you're given 3 tries at it. After the 3rd incorrect answer, the problem is counted wrong. At that point, you can ask the computer to give you another problem. You'll get another 3 tries at it. You do that 4 times, and then finally it's counted wrong for good. So you get 4 separate problems, 3 attempts at each one. So really you get 12 attempts total. After that, if you haven't figured out, it's just going to count it wrong. There's nothing you can do about it. While you're doing each problem, you can get help, and I'll show you all that. Make sure that you keep track of all your work. Write it down, put it in your binder. Now, quizzes will be done each week or bi-weekly. I think for this class, for both classes, your assignments are due every other week. Quizzes will be available, same thing. They're due at 11:59 of due date. You get 3 tries at each quiz. The difference between a quiz and a homework is that you can't get, like after you do each problem, you get 1 shot at each problem. After you do all the problems, it grades the quiz. That's your first attempt. Then if you want to try an entirely new quiz over, it'll give you a 2nd attempt, and you do the whole quiz and get a grade. And if you didn't like that grade, you do it a 3rd time. And the computer will always take the highest of the 3 grades you do. So you must handwrite each quiz. That does not mean I need you to write down the problems. I just need you to write your work down, okay? Only turn in the quiz with the highest score. Do not print the quizzes, just turn in your best attempt. Now your exams, there's 2 types, right? The ones you do online are pretty much like the quizzes, except that you only get 1 attempt at the exam. So you try each problem 1 time, you get one grade at the end, that's your grade, okay? Also, write down the work for the test, put it in your binder. No work, no credit. Now the on-campus exams, exams 2 and 4, I do allow you to use a cheat sheet, one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You may write on the front and back. You can put any formulas, steps, procedures. You're not allowed to have any worked out problems on the sheet. Make sure you bring your bring pencils, calculator, ID, and your cheat sheet to the exams. On the 4th exam, you'll also bring your binder, but that's pretty much all you need to bring. You also need to know what your banner ID is. So when you show up, know what your banner ID is. Now, this is something I'm doing new, all right, because several reasons, but when you come for the exam, do not bring other things, okay? Don't bring a backpack full of stuff. Don't bring a big old purse full of stuff, because when you go to take the test, you're going to be sitting there. I'm going to move you into a different room. You can only have your pencil, your calculator, your ID. You know, I will provide you paper. You can have your cheat sheet, and that's it. So if you have a backpack, I'm going to ask you to go put it in your car or something like that, and you probably don't want to leave a backpack or a purse sitting in your car. So just come with minimal amount of material. All right, reviews. I only give reviews out for the 2 exams you take face-to-face, and that's because exams 1 and 3, you're at home, you already have all your notes there with you, you have everything, so you don't need a review. The 2 and 4, you will have reviews, and they are posted. We'll take a look at them, and they are part of your grade. In fact, I would say the reviews are probably the most important and best guide for you in preparing for your exams, those 2 reviews. All right, if you are unable to make an exam because of some extenuating circumstance, you need to contact me as soon as the condition becomes apparent in order to arrange some sort of remedy for the situation. You contact me ahead of time if possible. Now, if at any point in time you have some problems when you're doing homework online or quizzes or something like that, you can contact the company who maintains that website. Here's their information. I will try to respond to you as fast as possible if you send me a text or email or something. Give me 24 hours, but just remember that if you really need to get in touch with me, just call my cell phone. Make sure that you remember that if you don't want to be in this class, you need to withdraw yourself from the course. The last day to drop the class is November 14th. So make sure that if you decide that you don't want to do this, then you get out of the class. I talked a little about this earlier. Make sure that any emails or anything that you put on discussion board are related to the course only. I'm a human being. I understand sometimes things happen in your life. Please just be open with me, communicate with me, let me know before, not after. I mean, don't come to me 3 months after you lost your job and your wife left you and you've been all upset, and you come to me 3 months later and tell me how it's been such a hard semester. You know, I can work with you, but if it's kind of already been 3 months, there's not a whole lot I can do to help you. So just, I'm a human. Talk to me. All right, how you will learn in this class, there's many different ways that people approach this. I just lay out one particular method, and I give you some warnings here. I'll let you read through that. Just you're going to find your own path here and what works best for you. As far as getting help, the biggest thing you can do for yourself in terms of getting help is reach out. Don't just sit there and feel like you're alone. Go to the discussion board, post a question, call me, do something. Don't just sit there and just turn your computer off. Know that there's other classmates that are probably willing to help you, and then myself, I'm here to help. There's also ways when you're doing homework using this Ask Instructor button. I'll show you that, where it'll send me an email. In fact, I'll get that on my phone too, and I'll know that you need help. So there's also free tutoring available. Here's their office. That's where they're located. There's their number. Again, I said call me if you need anything. Scholastic dishonesty, this has to do with cheating. So, it's kind of hard with an internet course to tell if you're cheating, but if you're caught somehow cheating, then you may receive an F, so be aware. Tutoring, again, more information on tutoring here. 6-drop rule, I won't get into that. And then here's our schedule. So this just lays out, when things are due, what time they're due, and what they are. So your first assignment's due on the 27th. This is what we call the homework 0, the attendance verification. you'll do that homework that just proves that you're in the class and you're working. And then you have the due date. So you can see there's a bit of time here between the first assignment and then you have a bunch of assignments due on the same date. So on the 8th of September, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things are due. Do not wait till the 7th of September to try these. The idea is that you're working through these steadily and consistently, and you do not wait till the end. If you try and do these in 2 days, then what's going to happen is you're going to struggle to pass this class. And I can keep track of how often you're in the system and when you're working on things and how much time you spent on them. So I will be able to identify those who are working consistently and those who are not. And then everything is kind of clumped together. You can see after the 8th, I think about 2 weeks later, you've got another set of homework assignments and a quiz. Then you have an exam. Then you have another set of homework assignments and a quiz, and another set of homework assignments and a quiz. And then you have your review. Remember I said there was a review that's due on the same day you take the test. I forgot to point out, you can move ahead. You follow the schedule. These are the deadlines, but you're free to move through this course as quickly as possible. But you just can't take the midterm and the final early. You still have to take them on these days. So that's the layout right there. These are some other statements that we have in all syllabi in the college has these institutional policies and stuff, so I won't go through that. All right, thank you for bearing with me while I go through the syllabus. I know you can read, but it's important that I get that squared away. All right, so that's the syllabus. Now here's where you go to do your work, and I will get back to this, okay, but that's where we go to do all our work. It's in a separate website, so I'm going to close that back out. And then here's, remember I said you had to verify who you are. There's 8 assignments, I believe 8 assignments that you have to do throughout the semester. So let me take a look at those. When you bring it up, it'll look like this. All right, so the first assignment due on the 27th, which is the Wednesday that school starts of the first week, is the enrollment, which means that's where you like set up your password and stuff. So just click on that and do it. And then on September 1st, or by September 1st, you have to do a verification of who you are. And then again, sometime after the 8th of September and before the 15th, somewhere in that week, you have to do another one. And then somewhere in this week, you have to do another one, then do another one, do another one. So let me click on this so you can kind of see. You know what? It's not going to come up now I think about it. Yep. Uh-oh, didn't like that. Okay, let me try and get back to the course. I lost it. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I know what happened. Hold on a second. Got to pause this video. Okay, let me take you back to this Biosig thing there. Sorry about my video. I had to pause it real quick. I couldn't show you it from the student point of view, so let me go in here. The first assignment you have is the Biosig biometric signature. So it takes you through step-by-step process here. There's also a help button there if you have any trouble. But this is what you'll do. You'll select how you're going to do it. I'm going to do it with the mouse. And then we choose a number, and then we're going to write it with our mouse. And this is the initial setup of things. And so after you actually do the setup, okay, the setup is a one-time thing. Let me go back to my student view. So you do that, they call it the enrollment, which is this one. After you do that, then the verifications start. So when you do the verification, it just says, okay, write down your code. And that's all you do. It's over. And you get a point for it. And that's it. It's not part of your grade, but it's just to show that you did it. So make sure, it's very important that you make sure that throughout the semester you are keeping track of when these assignments are due. Because these are separate from your homework and all that stuff. These are things you have to just do throughout the semester. So you might want to just click on the assignments and then just maybe jot down these dates so that you remember to get in here and do it. All right, so that's it for this page. Like I said, I'm going to get back to the online homework and all that in a minute. Let's talk about the rest of the tabs over here. Discussions. So in this class, we have a place where you can go talk about the class or ask math questions. You know, course questions would be like you get in here and you're like, hey, I don't remember, what did he say we can take to the final or something like that. Or math questions like, hey, I'm having trouble with, you know, homework number 2, number 7. Just make sure if you put in a math question in this discussion board, you're very specific because every student gets different questions. So let me see. I'm going to put in something here. So help with, and then what you can do is type on this or click on this little pi symbol, and this is where you can bring up these different operators. Like let's say I want to do like a square root of 3x, and then you can insert that. And so inside my discussion, I can type math in here. You can also put in, let me see, there used to be a way you could put a video. Oh yeah, you can put a webcam video. No one's ever done that, but that'd be kind of cool if people start doing that. And you know, ask each other questions, ask me questions, and hopefully we can get a good dialogue going this semester. All right, so there's a discussion board. And then we have files. So this is a very important tab for the course. If you click on files, you will find a little how-to on that Biosig in case you're totally stuck on how to get that going. Then you have the binder table of contents. So let me show you the table of contents. This should download it to your computer. Open that up. So you need to put your name, what class you're in, so like Math 1324, and then you should have tabs for each of these sections. So in the first section, you're going to put what's called your error log in a cheat sheet. I'll show you the error log in a second. Then you have a section for your handwork or your homework. Now that's optional. Okay, you do not have to write all your homework out on separate paper, but if you're going to be doing it anyway, you may as well put it in here. It's bonus points. You do have to have your quizzes in there, and they have to be labeled. They have to be separated. I have to be able to easily find quiz 3 if I want to look at it. Same thing with your exam reviews, same thing with your exams. And then for bonus points, if you are participating on the discussion board and you've been asking for help or helping other people, if you print those out and stick them in here, I give you bonus points also. So that's kind of, people always ask me, how can I get bonus points in the class? That's how. So this should be the first page inside your binder. Now let me show you that error log. The way that the homework system works, as we'll see, is you're going to be putting in answers, but a lot of them are not going to be multiple choice. So sometimes the computer will take off because you forgot a comma or something, or maybe you just made a mathematical error, but it was a minor thing, like you forgot to distribute a negative sign through or something. Anything that you feel you deserve partial credit for, you can list on this log. And so you could put like homework 3, number 4, I forgot a comma. If you do that, you can make this, you can keep this log, print this out several times. You can have 5, 10 pages of errors if you want, and you put them in your binder. And when I get to the final exam, I will go back through and I'll look at it and see if I can make some adjustments to your grade. But you have to do that on your own. Don't email me and say, oh, the computer took off because I forgot a comma, because I have so many internet students that if everyone told me about every little thing the computer did to take off when they didn't think they deserved it, it would just, my inbox would be flooded. So this is a way that I can have you organize it all, get it all clearly laid out, and then I can go at one time and fix everything. So that's where you find that error logs. Put that inside your binder. All right, next thing is people. This is where you can search for classmates, send them emails. And then you have assignments. If you click on assignments, this is not your homework. This is that Biosig assignment thing. So we saw that earlier. That's just another way of getting to it. Okay, let me go back to the home page. Now what we need to do is see how you're going to go learn, how you're going to go do your homework, and so on and so forth. So you click here, it's going to take you to an external website. This is a website maintained by Pearson Education, which is a big book publisher. It's called the My Lab and Mastering website. And when you come here, you're going to sign in. But the first time you ever come here, if you don't already have an account, you'll want to register as a student. So before I register, I need to sign in real quick. Because I need to get your what are called your course IDs. So we've got 2 classes here. I'm going to make this real big. This is going to be in the email I send to you also, but if you're in Math 1324, then this is the course ID for your class. If you are in 1325, then this is your course ID. So depending on which course you're in, you'll need one of those. So now let me log out of here. And show you exactly how you will register. So go back to that first page. Okay, this is where we were. We're going to register as a student, and we are going to do it with a course ID. Right? You're going to need to know an email address, or you're going to need to have a working email address. You can use your alamo.edu one if you like, but you can also use your Hotmail one. We don't need this for communication. We just need this to register. And then you need either an access code or a credit card. The access code is something you would buy at the bookstore. The credit card, you're basically buying directly through them, so there's no markup on the price or anything like that. Access code is going to be a little more expensive than the credit card, probably like 10, 15 bucks more. So you go to OK, register now. And it's going to ask you for that course ID. So I'm going to put that course ID in here. And you are going to verify over here that this is the course that you want. Okay. And if it's not, make sure you have it typed in right. Make sure this is the class you want. And then you just determine if you already had an account or not. So if you already have an account, you just go here. If you don't, you go here. Now, I do not see where you get temporary access. Hold a second. All right, so I'm going to create a new account. And so I would go through this entire process here. So email address, I think I might have to make one up here. You know what? Let me just talk you through this. You get you put your email address in, username and password can be whatever you want. Make sure for first and last name here that you put in the name that you are registered with through Northwest Vista College. So don't use a nickname. Don't use a different last name. I know that sounds crazy, but like if you just got divorced and you want to use your maiden name, but Northwest Vista still has your married name, then you need to use your married name, because it's happened before in the past where students get dropped out because their names don't match up with my roster. So be sure you do that. Put in your security question, blindly accept all these conditions without reading them, and then move on. Now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do it with this. Oops. I don't think it's going to let me do this, but let me try it. Okay, good. It let me. Wow, $95. It's really gone up. There was a day back when this thing used to be like 40 bucks. But, you know, they want to make money. So here's where we are. You either bought the access code for a little more money at the bookstore, or you are going to use a credit card right now. Now, because some people are waiting for money, you know, financial aid, whatever, you can also choose to get temporary access. This gives you a 14-day grace period to get the money and to pay for it. Now, you still have to use a credit card, or you'll still have to use the access code, but you have 14 days to do it. Very important. If you do this 14 days, then you need to remember to do that within 14 days. If you do not do it within 14 days, what will happen is it'll lock you out. You will not be able to use that account. And then if you decide, yeah, I still want to be in this class, you have to create a brand new account, and all the work that you did will be lost. So when you log in, if you did this 14-day access thing, if you log in, it's going to give you a warning every time you come in. It's going to be written in red. It's like you have 8 days left or something like that. Don't let that time expire, okay? Because if you tell me, hey, I let the 14 days expire and I'm locked out, I can't get in, I'm going to say, well, did you hear me in my orientation video? I I said don't let the 14 days expire. So you can do that and you'll have access to the class. Now I am not going to do that, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go back, and now I'm just going to show you, let's say you've registered and everything. Then once you've registered and you paid, you come in here, you sign in, and it's going to take you to the class. Now, again, this is going to look a little different than what you see. Everything you see on the right-hand side here, all of this is put out by Pearson. We don't really have a lot of control over that. But sometimes they'll give you a warning up here if like they're going to do a server maintenance or something, they'll tell you. But you'll see your course listed here, and you'll go ahead and you'll click on your course. And this is what you'll see. Now, you won't see any of this because that's only the instructor can see this. Let's talk a little bit about this first page here. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. It's probably too small for you to see things, but you have a calendar up here that you can kind of go through, and you can see when things are due. If you just hover over this, it'll tell you, okay, the 27th, you've got that homework zeros due. Then you've got here, you've got what, 4 homework assignments and a quiz due. Then nothing for a while, and then you got another, what, 3 assignments and a quiz. So you can kind of see what's going on. You can also look at what's coming up here. You've got 9 days and 2 hours countdown. You've got that first assignment due, and then you've got a couple of others later. You can view all of your assignments at one time here. Announcements, I'm not going to use this for announcements, but if this is your first time ever using this My Math Lab thing, then you're going to want to run a browser check just to make sure your computer's up to date with what you need. And then very important, how to enter answers. So because this system, when you put in your answers, is very picky about commas and different things, this little tutorial takes you through and shows you how the computer is going to tell you whether or not they want you to give an answer like 1/3 or 0.33333 or something like that, and or they want you to round or something like that. But it's your responsibility to watch that. Now, everything after that really doesn't matter. Those two are the most important things. Then on the right-hand side here, you've got, you know, how you're doing in the class, your homework grade, how many homeworks you've submitted, how many quizzes you've done, tests. The other category is your binder, and then it'll show you your overall grade over here. So that's pretty much the main page when you come in. So that's your course home. All right, so that's your course home. Then you have over here your multimedia library. So this will bring you to your online textbook. So you can go to any section or any chapter, any section. You can look at the textbook. You can look at anything, PowerPoints that there might be, videos. You click Find Now, and it brings up everything. So I can open up the textbook here. I'm going to allow pop-ups. Try it again. There it goes. So here's the ebook. So this is basically the book. You can print out pages, but I believe you can only print so many at a time. I forget how many you can do at a time. But there's your ebook. And then the lectures, there's videos. Let's see here. I haven't looked at these videos in a long time. Now, a little warning about these videos. These videos are just videos of problems worked out, the examples in the book. So like if you go to this section and you look at, say, example 1 right here, okay, you look at this problem here, then the video should be something related to that. So let's see, we've got like compounding interest. Let's see the video here.
Let's now look at a different version of the compound interest formula. But since we're doing it annually, m is equal to 1. So we have our rate points, the total number of compounding periods.
Yeah, okay. So try and blow that. It's not great video, but it's enough, I think, that you can follow along. Yeah. Okay. So I guess my warning about the video is that it's the examples worked out, but it doesn't do a whole lot to explain like the concepts. So just be aware of that. That's where you're going to have to read the book and kind of reach out for help if you're having trouble with any of the theory. Okay, so that's the book. Now, you have two different tabs here for homework and quizzes, but the way it works is if you click on one of them, you're looking right now just at your homework. You can look at just at your quizzes and tests. I always recommend you just look at everything, and then you look at all of your assignments on one page. And if you look at this, this is the entire semester laid out in chronological order when things are due. And so next to each assignment, it says homework 0, it says what it is. Homework 1, A3, means that it's coming from Chapter A, Section 3. This is Chapter 1, Section 1, Chapter 1, Section 2. A3 is the appendix. So back in the multimedia library, if I wanted to go look at A3, I would go to A, and then I go to 3, and take a look at this stuff if I wanted to go work on that homework. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to go show all again, one page, A3 is where I go. Now, that's just so you know that how you can figure out what you're actually looking at in the book. So let me show you this actual homework assignment. Click on it. I have 12 questions. Right now, I have a 0. If I turn in late, I'm going to get 5% penalty each day it's late. I can try each problem 4 times. So let me go question 1. So here's how a lot of students do this. They don't really go look at the book first or anything like that. And there's really nothing wrong with that. You just come in here, they take a look at the problem, they go, do I have any idea how to do this problem? So you put in an answer, you check the answer, nope, it's wrong. Okay, it gives you a little hint or something, and then you go back, maybe you try it again. Well, here's where I could go, all right, I don't know how to do this. Let me go look at the textbook. So it'll bring up the section of the book. Okay, it won't go exactly to the exact page, but it'll bring up the section that covers that problem. So you'll read through the section, maybe you'll find something in here that'll help you. All right, so maybe I try again and put in an answer, and still wrong, okay? Well, maybe that book wasn't enough, so maybe I go look at a video. So now there's a video. That video should hopefully help me a little bit. Okay, so here's the greatest common factor problem video. All right, and then from there, maybe that helped. I try one more time. 34, check it. Now it counted it wrong. It told me the right answer. Right away I know what it was supposed to be. So I click done. Notice up here I have an X next to it. So I got it wrong. Well, I tried the problem 3 times, and I got it wrong. But remember I said you can have 4 attempts. So I can click similar exercise. I can try it's a different problem. Check it. Nope. Check it again. Nope. Check it again. Nope. Now it gives me the answer. Okay, so I've done it twice now. Now let me ask it for another one. Check it. No. Check it. No. Check it. No. So that's the 3rd time. I can ask it for another problem. This is it. It's warning me. This is my last attempt. So I do it. Go. 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 That's it. That's wrong. I cannot ask for another one. I'm done. Now, if I get a phone call, I got to go to work. I just click save. I leave. Now I move on to number 2. Number 2, same thing. I can go over here. Well, look, that didn't really help. So maybe I need to view an example. So this one gives me a problem, and it takes me through step by step, and it shows me the answer, and I close it. All right, so I try a problem here. Let me try. Get it wrong. That's the first time I've done number 2. So you know what? I don't want to go through and try and figure this out myself. Let me click this button, help me solve this. And then notice the problem here, okay? When I click help me solve this, it counts it wrong. See, it counted it wrong. So this counted as one of my attempts, but it's going to take me through step by step, this time asking me for little pieces of information as I go. So it's very slowly taking me through. There we go. Check it. It says, no, that's not it. Check. No, that's it. And then it keeps guiding me through this and keeps on working through. And then at the very end, it's done. Let's see. All right, and we're done. So I close it. Now, remember it counted it wrong, right? And now it's given me a new problem to try again, so I can work through that. Now, let's say that you get to a point where you're on a problem and you're like, you know what, I need to go to work. Let me just print this assignment out. I can print just that question. I can print the whole thing, take it to the tutoring lab, get help, take it to work on it there, if that's what they let you do. And then if all else fails, if I'm really just having a problem, I can just click Ask My Instructor. And you do not have to type anything except what you're having trouble with. So when I get this email from you, this will send me an email. When it does, I will see the problem. You don't have to tell me what the problem is. You just need to tell me what you're struggling on. Like, you know, I don't get the third step where they get this or something. Try and be somewhat specific. Don't just say I have no idea what they're doing. Try and give me something to work with, and I will do my best to reply and give you some feedback. All right, so that's how you work through the homework. You work through the whole assignment, save it at any point in time, come back. You just have to have it completed by the due date. As you finish the problems, you'll see X's or checks next to them if you get them right or wrong. All right, so that's how your homework works. Now let's go back and look at all the assignments again. And you work through these assignments, and then when you get to the quiz says you get 3 chances. So you go to the quiz. Notice what will happen here with the quiz is that it's a green screen instead of blue. You don't have any help on the side. You put in an answer. You go to the next question. It doesn't tell you if you got it right or wrong. Go. Now, this is a little trick here. Watch what I'm going to do here. Let's say you're in the middle of a quiz and you have to go. All you do is close the window. It'll say, oh, wait, don't. Just leave. Okay? And now when you come back, click on it. It says you started it 1 of 3 times. You go ready, start. It'll take you back. It will have saved all your answers. Okay, 3 is still there. See number 7, still there, 3. And so the only time it's going to grade it is when you submit it. So if I put in here submit quiz, now it's going to warn me, hold on, you haven't finished all the problems, you sure? And now it grades it. It tells me I got a 0. And I can go back to each problem right now. And when I go back, I can see what the correct answer was. And if I hover over it, it shows me what I got. So I can see if I was even close. And for each problem, I can go back and review. So I've taken the, oh, I got that one right. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't answer anything. Okay, the correct answer was there. So I've reviewed the quiz. So what I can do now is go back to the quiz again. It's kind of annoying that you have to do that each time. Go back to the quiz again. I've tried it 1 of 3 times. I go back. Now it's going to say, all right, I've tried it once. Now I'm on my 2nd attempt. So it's going to give me a brand new quiz, and I get to work through it again. And I submit it, and it will take the best of my 3. Now, I always tell students to not try more than 2 attempts on a quiz, because at the end of the semester, I will open up all of your old quizzes and let you go back through them and use them to practice and review. And when you do that, if you don't have any more attempts left, you can't do it. So always try and leave yourself 1 attempt. If you want to use them all, that's fine, but just be aware that when I open them up later, you can't go back. All right, now let me show you a test. So for a test, the online test, you get 1 try at it. It's just like a quiz. It's a green screen. You can't get help. Okay, you work through these. You won't know until you submit it whether or not you got it right or wrong. You can leave and you can come back. You just cannot submit it and then come back and work on it. So, and that's it. Now the midterm. Midterm, I do want to leave that because I forgot to put a password on it, so I need to do that. Oops. The midterm and the final will be password protected, so you won't be able to get to those. And then these post-test, pre-test, you don't need to do any of these. If those appear, just leave those alone. They have nothing to do with this class. And so that's how you do all your homework and quizzes and tests. Now, when you start getting grades, they'll be here. You can look at your grades. Now, this again is another important point in this class. Let's say that you did a homework assignment and it's already past the due date. You turned it in, you got a pretty good grade or you got a bad grade, whatever, and you just want to go back and take a look at it and practice it. This is where you get to it. You go to Gradebook, and then what you do is you click on Review. You click Review, pay attention to this right here. Changes made here will not affect your score because I'm reviewing, all right? So if I go in here and I practice, no matter what I do, if I get it correct or incorrect, because I'm reviewing, it will not affect my grade. So for those of you who want to go back before an exam and just go practice, 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 you can keep on asking the computer for other problems. This is the way to do it. Okay, let's see. I think I've taken care of everything here. Yes, these again you won't be able to see. Course home. Sure, I've got everything there. Yes. All right, yep, I think I've covered everything there. I hope that that was enough to kind of get you launched out here. Back on our main page. Okay, Biosig, just don't forget you do those. Yeah, I think that's it for now. This should get you going. If you have any questions or any concerns for the class, please feel free to contact me, my cell phone, or send me an email through Canvas. Good luck. I hope you have a good semester.